Can you tell us when you completed the set?
The set was actually complete in terms of dates last springtime, so spring of 2009. But not all of the pieces were of the grade quality that we were really seeking. But with the February sale of the NASCAR middle dates and then last September sale of the NASCAR late dates, as well as the Dan Holmes sale of early dates, some very choice upgrades were available and added to the collection.
In your mind, can you describe the significance of this achievement?
Well, in my mind, it's an accomplishment of the goal that was set out for. The objective was to do a completed date set of early cents and also include in the more subtle subtypes the different portraits of Liberty, and to do so in attractive high grades to where you can not only see the actual coin, but see the subtle differences between the different styles and get an appreciation for how they might have looked when they were actually in circulation and fresh and new from the mint. Certainly there have been other historic early copper collections. The Dan Holmes collection, which has just recently been auctioned, complete in terms of die varieties. That's an achievement that may never be repeated. This, though, is an achievement that the Foundation is very pleased with.
What are your future plans for the Cardinal collection?
Well, the Cardinal collection overall focuses on early U.S. coins. There had been an early dollar collection, which has since been dispersed, and some other early type. Now there's a focus on the early copper collection. So the real goal is to get it out there now. Now that it's a completed collection, get it out for the public to see, allow other collectors the opportunity to view these coins that they might not otherwise have an opportunity to see. I chatted with a gentleman earlier this morning, and he's like, you know, I've read about these wreath cents and these chain cents in books, but I'd never seen one before. And I started to kind of think, are they really real, or did they just exist in books? Well, now I've seen they actually are real, and it's great to get the opportunity to see it. And that's nice. That's what it's all about, sharing them with other coin enthusiasts, sharing them with people that aren't coin enthusiasts yet. And maybe they become coin enthusiasts in that process.
Are there any other sets that you'd like to assemble in the near future besides early copper coins?
Besides the early copper, a set of coins dated 1792 would be certainly historic. I don't know if there's sufficient availability of those to make that a reality. So I think more so going forward, it would be more of a collection of selected rarities. So for example, in the collection is the 1792 half Dean, sometimes pronounced half Disney, that's graded MS68, the single finest known 1792 half Disney. It's just recently been joined by the single finest known 1794 silver dollar for a world record price, as it turns out to be. And it's joined there by a super chain cent, the single highest graded recent, which is also the single highest graded early coin of any denomination. And I envision some displays of selected rarities.
Do you have any one favorite coin out of the entire early copper collection?
Out of the entire early copper collection, probably most people would say the chain cent is the most valuable. It's a superb gem, and it's definitely the scarcest of the types. But I would actually have to say my favorite is the 1794 Liberty Cap. That's the head of 93 style, previously from the Garrett collection. That's an exceedingly scarce subtype, particularly scarce in high grade. This particular piece is the single finest known example. And not only is it the single finest known of the 1794 date of that style, it's even superior to the 1793 dated Liberty Caps. Represents the single finest piece of the work of Joseph Wright, who was the designer and engraver of that particular die style.
Now about the Cardinal collection, educational foundation.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about the nonprofit foundation, how it came about, and how you became a part of it?
Okay. The Cardinal Collection Educational Foundation is an IRS qualified 501c3 charitable organization. And what it does, and as I became involved with it, was really as the entity that could work to create these types of public displays. As a private collector, my resources would be much more limited. My abilities to get into shows such as this, or make arrangements with, say, the Long Beach Expo or the American Numismatic Association would be much more limited. Whereas an entity that itself is a charitable foundation brings more to the table. And through that, we're able to generate websites for the foundation to make these things accessible on the internet. We're able to do displays such as this one, with plans to continue this display at other venues across the country. And it really is a springboard to creating an educational opportunity for the rest of the coin world.
When do you anticipate to launch the cceflibrary.com?
Okay, at this point in time, the principal websites of the foundation are earlyusdollars.org, which has a great interactive tool for die variety attribution of early dollars, and earlyuscoins.org that deals with other types of coins. Another key element of the foundation is the generation of a library, a numismatic library. And at this point, it is probably within the top dozen private libraries, numismatic libraries in the country. At this point, probably has an inventory in excess of 10,000 items. The objective with that would be to bring a library, numismatic library, into the 21st century, digitize the library, and actually have the titles in the library accessible and readable on the internet. Included in there is a near-complete set of plated Chapman catalogs from the 1800s and early 1900s, things that are almost impossible to find on their own, and a typical researcher just would not have access to such a thing. Well, I envision the day when someone could come to the cceflibrary.org website, go into the library catalog, find the Chapman catalog they're looking to see, and browse it right there and do their pedigree research.
Thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to us.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.